Hi guys, in this video I want to talk about a knife that I've waited a very long time for. This is a zero tolerance knife, which is a Kershaw company, which has the parent company of Kai, which is a Japanese company. The Kershaw line, or rather the zero tolerance line, is made in America and usually with as many American sourced materials as possible. This particular knife is the 0777. 777. This knife had a lot of setbacks as it is being produced. It actually won the Blade Show Knife of the Year in 2011, but it's just now hitting the streets. This is a beautiful blade. See the fine stonewash finish. From the pictures I actually thought it might have been a bead blasted finish. I'm happy to see that it's stonewashed. So this is a knife with a 3.8 inch blade. Closed it is 5 inches even. Overall length is 8.8 inches. The weight, according to the manufacturer, is 4.2. On my scale it actually comes out at 4.1. I'm not big myself on knives being really light. It's not an important feature for me, but it is very impressive to me that they made a knife this big and these materials and got it at the weight that they got it at. That's an engineering feat. Sure. You can see it has a blade made of Vanax 35. It actually went through several iterations of what blade material they were going to use. Originally they were going to use Bowler in 360. Some questions were called up about that particular steel being on the softer end. It comes in close to 440C terms of softness. The edge retention wouldn't have been great on that steel, so at the urging of some US inners, Zero Tolerance took a look at M390, which is also a Bowler steel, but when they tried to use that, they were getting a bluing effect on the blade during the process by which they bond the edge steel with the spine steel, which in this case is Devin Thomas Herringbone Damascus. Devin Thomas is kind of a god of Damascus steel, but they didn't really like the kind of lack of contrast with the blade itself being a dark color and then the spine being a dark color. They're hoping for a little bit more contrast there. So they switched to Vanax 75 for a little while, was the steel that they were going to be using, but the company that manufactures Vanax actually discontinued the 75 model and only kept the Vanax 35 and just dropped the name to Vanax. But it's not wrong to call it Vanax 35. Just now if you hear something referred to only as Vanax, it's probably Vanax 35. So this has a Wharncliffe style blade, but it has a belly which is uncommon on a Wharncliffe style blade. One thing that I like about the pivot is, even though it has a lot of detail and design aesthetics to it, it's actually a Torx style screw, so you don't need any specialized tools to use it. Pretty much everything on this knife other than the steels of the blade is titanium, along with this replaceable lock bar insert. So this is called a sub-frame lock because of the way that the frame lock's actually sort of recessed into the handle. And yeah, this piece here is adjustable and replaceable. and it is stainless steel. Stainless steel will actually give you a harder wearing lock surface than titanium will. The knife is a flipper, and it flips very smoothly. I think on some of the earlier prototypes, the part of the blade that actually spins along the KVT, which is a captured ball bearing system, kind of similar to IKBS, but IKBS has free floating ball bearings in the groove. This has a groove with ball bearings that are captured in basically a blue piece of plastic. So when you service the knife, the ball bearings don't go flying everywhere or anything. I have heard reports that the KVT system, the ball bearings can actually, they have the potential to rust. So I would just, as part of normal maintenance, check those, make sure that they're oiled, just protected against rusting. But yeah, it flips very smoothly. Oh yeah, sorry, I was getting onto this. In some of the earlier models I saw, the Devon Thomas Damascus was actually the part of the blade that ran along the KVT system. And then in later models they used the edge steel, because Damascus is actually acid etched. That's what brings out the pattern in the two different steels, because the two different steels in any Damascus, they react differently to the acid etching, so that brings out the beauty of it. But it also sort of gives it a texture, as the steels are at different depths, and the ball bearings running across that would actually be a little bit noisy and not as smooth as possible. So I believe in later prototypes they used the edge steel, whatever one they were at that phase, to be the part that runs against the ball bearings. So yeah, it has 3D machined handles. One of the things that they ended up changing in the final production version is the pocket clip itself. This is actually a deep carry pocket clip, but done in a different style than the normal fold over pocket clip that a lot of deep carry knives use. You can see the 3 screws there that hold in the subframe lock. But yeah, I'll show a picture in a moment of what the clip was originally going to look like. So you can sort of see they did a lot of things here to reduce the weight. Any sort of weight saving measure that they could take, such as putting a fuller on the thickest part of the blade, the way that they 3D machine the carbon fiber handles, the gratuitous use of titanium, just milling out anything that they could, including the backspacer, titanium backspacer. Yeah, it's an impressive, very impressive feat of engineering. They really blurred the line between custom and production knives on this one. Feels great in hand too. Yeah, they did a really good job on this. It was in-house design. I know that the individual who designed it for Zero Tolerance, its name is Jim, but I'll get the last name to you in the description. I don't want to say it and then be wrong. So let me try to show you a picture here. So this is a picture of what the blade looked like during the bonding process. I just thought that particular photo is pretty neat. And here's another one showing what the clip was going to look like. And you can see it was a 3D machined clip. Sort of lines on it going across this way, the whole length. And that is just that's probably the one thing that they had to sacrifice on in order to actually get this knife to market. And I won't begrudge them for that, because even with this alternate clip,